Welcome to Gospel Greetings number 75. Last week we talked about God's transforming presence from 2 Corinthians 3:18, which said, "We all who with unveiled faces reflect the Lord's glory are being transformed into his image with ever increasing glory, which comes from the Lord who is the Spirit." We discussed how in the new covenant we have a permanent and glorious unveiling of the glory of God in us by his own Spirit. This week, we'll be discussing humility from James 4:6, which says, "God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble." This verse is quoted from Proverbs 3:34 and repeated in 1 Peter 5:5. I guess God wanted to make sure we didn't miss this. Now, I know a lot about this issue because I'm a country music fan. You remember Mac Davis? "Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror because I get better looking each day." It goes on like that. And maybe there's some truth to this song because we who have so much, who have extensive training, experience, capabilities, and options, we can become proud of our position and accomplishments. So this session is actually a request from John Brooks, the co-leader and host of our Royal Ottawa group. He noted that humility is a key leadership issue that isn't discussed too much. Now, John wrote a book about the life and teachings of Father Bob Bedard called "Give God Permission." Father Bob was well known for his evangelical, charismatic teachings and for how many people he inspired into ministry. John quotes Father Bob as saying, "We don't understand humility. Of all the virtues, if we were to rate them in order of popularity, you would probably find humility down near the bottom." Father Bob also said, "The important thing is to give control over to the Lord, and that takes humility." But we're not talking about a worldly or false humility that's self-effacing and seeing kind of myself as a worm. In a recent Forbes magazine article on humility, they say being overly humble with what we'd call false humility can result in you becoming a follower rather than a leader, constantly being soft-spoken, letting others dictate decisions with their input, or not fully utilizing your own abilities to provide value can all lead you to taking a back seat. This can minimize your contribution. Minimizing contribution. So we're not talking about humility as being a milquetoast. We are speaking about something else. It is remembering that though we are all God's sons, sons with incredible gifts and privileges, we are also God's stewards, stewards of the people and resources he has entrusted to our care. In his book, Good to Great, Jim Collins sought to find out why some companies had such astronomical success. They examined over 1,400 public companies, and he found that a determined, humble leader was the key aspect for the success of the top companies. For these leaders, it wasn't about their fame or stock options, but about the thriving of the company as a whole. So for us, when we consider ourselves stewards of God's resources and determinedly, with humility, approach our work in his strength, we have a chance. If you want more information on the book that I mentioned, I'll leave John Brooks's email at the bottom of our email this week, and you can get a copy from John. We'll see you again next week. Blessings.